you call my phone and I'll be right by your side. I close my eyes cause you be making me cry. Sometimes I hate myself, wish I wanna die. I only love myself when I'm in the sky. And I say, when I'm depressed, I'm smoking weed, getting high. And I say, put down your pride when you get caught in the lie. She from the 412, but she ain't fucking with 5. And I say, she from the 6, but she ain't taking no risks. And she tell me all the time, baby, we gon' get rich. But you gotta stay focused and remain on your shit. And you gotta stay loyal, don't be fucking with chicks. And when I met you, had a son, not a problem we'll fix. And the daddy not around, he never waited, he dipped. Missed a couple birthdays, missing out on new skip. Put the chain around your neck, put the cuff on your wrist. That just mean you my bitch, taking pride, never switch. Smoking dope, now I'm good. Police gunners down in on hood. Now I gotta go to work, act like I'm all good. And I know I'm profound and I'm misunderstood.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Cook. I'm here with
Stephen Long, also known as the Crib Flipper, the owner of Greenwood Property Solutions.
So Steve, can you tell us about Greenwood Property?
Okay, so actually Greenwood Property is a solutions-based business. What we do is help people out that are in need of help, that have a problem with their property, whether they can't find financing or if they inherited a property and they just need to get rid of it quick. We offer them a solution for their property.
What are some challenges that you've come encounter with property selling?
A lot of times I had problems like finding people that actually, know what they're doing. So a lot of times people reach out to me because they don't really understand what's going on with the property. They don't know how to sell a property, and they don't understand the actual, legal side of the transaction. So they come to our company, completely, clear. They don't know nothing. And we help them, find a solution, whether they stay in their property or they get a loan on their property, or we offer them cash for their property, and, we back.
So what's a day in the life of working at Greenwood Solutions?
Well, see, a day in the life at Greenwood Work Solutions is, coming to the office. I usually wake up around 6:30 in the morning and, get situated. I start checking my emails. Around 7 o'clock, I'll check up on the team, make sure everyone's available, make sure everybody's working. Make sure everybody's up. I like to do that good morning call, like, wake up, what's going on? I know you're not still asleep, but it's more like a figure of speech when I say, I know you're not asleep. When we say sleep, that's like, I know you're not sleeping on the money. I hope you're up, motivated, trying to get to some money. And then I come to the office, I'll check more emails, I'll follow up with settlement agents, I'll see what properties are under contract.
Okay.
And throughout the day, I'll make phone calls to property sellers just to see, what they have available, if they're still trying to sell. I put them in a follow-up system. And, throughout the day, we help a lot of people sell their properties. So, we're the solution.
So what's your motivation? What gets you up in the morning to do this? What's your motivation? What's your drive?
Well, my motivation, number one, is my son. And number two, I know where I came from, and I don't want to go back there. So I just want to keep just pushing forward in the future, and I want to eventually get out of Pittsburgh. So I want to have enough money to, stably move out of Pittsburgh and not ever have to work another 9-to-5 job. Because working is great for some people, but some people just can't be chained down to a desk. I'm a free spirit. I like to get up and go when I got to, and I like to travel.
So with everything going on, such as viewing the properties, going customer selling, is there like a marketing strategy that you use?
Oh yeah, there is a marketing strategy that we use. So our favorite marketing strategy is cold calling. It's very cheap. It's effective. We reach out directly to sellers and we ask them simple questions like, are you interested in selling your house? How fast are you looking to sell your house? And if we could come to agreement today, could we move forward with purchasing your property? And that's really like, some of the criteria that we're looking for when we actually market.
So with this business, what are your future plans?
Okay, so with this business, I plan on taking the money made from this business to start new development in different metropolitans throughout the world, like such as Texas, Atlanta. We want to actually start developing land. So if we could buy the land cheap and develop it, we'll be able to give affordable housing, and we'll also be able to do luxury living, condominiums, Condos. Sorry, I got a little crazy there.
It's all right.
Yeah, so we'll do the luxury condos and stuff like that, all the way down to low end, fair market housing, so people could really afford it. Because in America, it's hard to actually find affordable housing. So like that's the reason why some people, they don't sell their properties and they stay in their properties that owe back taxes. Because if they sell their house for $20,000, that $20,000 will only get them about a year and a half rent at fair market value in one of these major cities. So they can't afford to sell their houses, and they also can't afford to pay their taxes. Mm-hmm. So it's like they're just like in a lose-lose situation. So we try to be fair and give people as much money as possible for their properties.
Okay. So with all this knowledge that you know now, how many years have you been in the industry?
It's 2020. I really got in the game in 2015. I bought my first property with my older brother. And before that, he had purchased my mom a house in McKeesport. So I say about 2015, purchased my first property. Lost a lot of money. Like real estate, the learning curve is very, very expensive. So if you don't know what you're doing and you're not around people that know what they're doing, you're liable to lose. If you got a big bank, you can lose it all by making the wrong decision, dealing with horrible contractors, buying in the bad areas. So it's really good to know who you're dealing with and know what location you're purchasing in when purchasing these properties.
So give me a small example of a location to where you would think of, like, okay, this is a good market right here. I should strike.
Okay, so let's keep it local. Swissville.
Okay.
Slept on area, but it's perfect for location. It's right off the busway, right off the parkway. So if you commute to work and you work in the city, you could get anywhere within 15 minutes.
Easily.
Property value is still fair. It's not oversaturated. So you can still buy a house for, less than $100,000 in a safe community with low crime in a good school district, which is really hard to find nowadays. Because if you buy a cheap house, it's usually in a bad school district, and the crime rate is usually through the roof. So it's like stuff like that. You just gotta weigh out when you're actually purchasing a property. Mm-hmm. You want to know, you want to be do you want to be in a safe area, or do you want to be in an easy, accessible property where you could get anywhere in a rural or in a city quick? So it's just like some stuff like that you got to really, count into when you're purchasing a property or, using our service.
So real quick, as young entrepreneurs that may look up to your business and may look at your business model, what are some tips that a young guy that wants to get in the real estate game, the housing development game, what would be some tips that you would give to them?
Okay. So, one, got to tell them, man, stay consistent.
Okay.
Don't quit. It's not going to come overnight. A lot of people, they might invest some money in real estate and they might not make money the first 6 months, mm-hmm. and then they quit. But some people will invest and they'll quit in 2 weeks, but they don't really give themselves enough time to fail. So you got to give yourself time to fail, and then you learn from that. And I want you to just really surround yourself with people that are similar, like-minded, same as you, doing, kind of doing what you're doing. They don't got to be doing the exact same thing, but they got to have similar goals. You got to surround yourself with like-minded people, or you're never going to, make it out the crabs out the barrel situation, because, they're not doing nothing. They're just going to want to pull you down right along with them.
With the time that we're in now, this new day and age, we switch gears just a smidget. Okay. How does it feel to be a black owner in this time right now where social injustice is not going on? Now we're seeing protests, taking more and more of a bigger stand on a bigger stage. How does it feel being African American, owning your own business right now?
It feels good, but then at the same time, it's scary because we're powerful, and in the Pittsburgh market, we have a lot of power. And they target people with power that are able to influence the community. So at the same time, it feels good, but then at the same time, you always have to be on edge because you never know what can happen. When you go outside, you might go in the wrong area it's not the enemies that you got to worry about. It's the public figures like the cops, the authorities that you have to worry about. So it feels good, but you just always have to be on point. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared, because there's a lot of stereotypes going on. And, it's just a lot. But business-wise, with all that's going on, it's actually kind of helping right now because the people that didn't want to do business with blacks are looking to do business with more blacks to seek acceptance and to feel like, we support black businesses. So we're actually getting a lot more business from outside races.
Okay.
And, people are just looking to work with us now because they don't want to feel like there's any prejudice. But, there's a lot of stuff going on. I just do business. Money is green to me, and I'll do business with anyone as long as it's good business.
Absolutely. One quick last question. Finances. What would be a quick tip that, excuse me, what would be a quick tip to give to the youth about watching your finances when like you said, you can lose it all if you're not prepared, if you're not willing to lose. And I know you have to take that risk in order to, if you want something in life, go and get it.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to take that risk. Don't be afraid to fail. So my question is, finances is what makes a lot of companies go bankrupt because a lot of people don't watch their money. You successfully had your business for about what? About 3 years?
Yeah, about 3 years.
3 years.
This company. Greenwood was actually, this is the first year in Greenwood. So I operated under another company. It was called Lawrence Property Group. And we just rolled over into Greenwood. I formed a partnership with one of the guys that I grew up with. And we just took off ever since.
Okay. And so what would be like a finance suggestion for them?
Okay. So finances, I suggest before making any major purchase over $100, think on it. Give yourself 24 hours before you make that purchase. People think $100 isn't a lot of money, but if you spend $100 10 times, that's $1,000. And if you spend that $1,000 10 more times, that's $10,000. So every single purchase that you make over $100, you got to really think on it. Is it worth it? Is this something that you want to do? Is it going to benefit your future, or is it just for fun? Because you can't worry about just having fun. We're older now. We're creeping up on 30, so it's not about just having fun. It's about where are we going to be in the next 5 years from now. So that if you think twice about spending $100 on a hat, then you could invest that $100, and then in 5 years it might have grown to $5,000. So I just say think before you spend money. And another thing I can tell you before we get out of here is you don't got to make your money back the same way that you lost it. It's always good to switch your strategy. So if you got it this way, if you made your money by selling cars and you lost it all, you don't got to get your money back by selling cars. You can switch it up. You can sell houses. You can sell promotional service. You can do camera work. So never limit yourself. Don't set a glass ceiling on yourself, and you'll be great. Just don't ever give up.
One last thing. The quote on your board.
Okay, the quote on my board.
Can you read that off to me?
Yeah, it says, "What's one thing you could do today that will change your future?"
And with that being said, can you answer that question?
So, one thing that I could do today that will change my future is cut out all procrastination.
Okay.
So if I stop procrastinating right now, then in the future I won't ever have to worry about procrastinating. I take action. Just get out there. If there's something that you got your mindset, just get up and do it. You don't need others' approvals. That's the good thing about being a business owner, being a man, and being financially stable. You could just get up and you could take action. It's not necessarily spending money, but if there's something that you want to do, just get up there, do it, and if you fail at it, it's okay. At least you can say you tried.
Absolutely. Hey, Steve, thank you for your time and patience. I greatly appreciate it. We'll be back again, guys, with another episode of Conversations with Cook. Hey, Steve, is there any way they can follow you or listen to a podcast of yours?
Oh, actually, what you could do, you can get on Instagram right now. You can follow me at _crib flipper. And we have an awesome podcast, which is on all the major platforms, Apple Music, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and it's called The Greenwood Effect. So tune in. I appreciate you having me, Cook.
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
And good luck. See you guys.
You call my phone and I'll be right by your side. I close my eyes cause you be making me cry. Sometimes I hate myself, wish I wanna die. only love myself when I'm in the sky. And I say, when I'm depressed, I'm smoking weed.